Okay, hello and welcome back. My name is Guild Navigator, and we're continuing our Morocco Let's Play, where we're in the middle of just beating the hell out of Mali, who incurred a blood wrath against them by me because of their decision to attack me and in turn enslave some of my pops. So, in response to that, I've decided to enslave all of their pops, because that felt proportional. Okay, so they're coming, they're attacking me again. I'm not as confident that I'm going to win this one. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to have them fall back. Did that not do it? They did, okay. Oh, and then this fortress fell. Okay, I'm just going to send them over there. They can keep, putting in the work. Nice. And the Tunis army is here. You love to see it. Yeah, just keep sieging. Is Mali hankering for peace yet? Let's just look at like what would it first take to take these little colonies from them. I mean, nothing. Like basically it would be free. And I still have my, I think exploration is just set to auto, right? That's how I would like it. So if it's not, I should change that. Nope, exploration is cool. And they just functionally, I think, explore everywhere. Cost of colonies and exploration is fine. It's a little expensive, but that's what money is for, to consume. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to win this. It says I'm going to, maybe. It can't decide. It's either like you're definitely going to lose or you're definitely going to win. I think I'm going to win on this flank. No, I'm going to lose. I should withdraw. Or are they just going to get deleted? They might just get deleted. Yeah. They couldn't withdraw anywhere. I don't know why, but dude, the music is fitting as hell. That was a somber ass moment. Okay, recruitment law. I could do expanded levy size. Noble levy size is good. Do I have a lot of nobles? I should have a lot of nobles, right? Estates. So I have like 32,000 nobles. If I did recruitment, that increases it by 20. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that in noble army. Because I like noble cav. Do you like noble cav? I like noble cav. So it reduces my speed. And then I can just put another general there, and then it doesn't reduce my speed. I was reading about the corp system, the core system. I think it's called the core. I think the P is silent, from the Napoleonic era, the one that Napoleon invented. If you guys don't know what it is, essentially he had this brilliant innovation of we have armies that essentially march separately but fight together, and so you would have different individual little armies that have its full contingent of cannons and cavalry and infantry and everything, so they could operate as like semi-independent forces, but then in important battles they could be consolidated together. This was one of the brilliant innovations that he had that was like kind of like gradually improved upon until I think it was 1804 that it was like formalized by the French. And when this, it's interesting because 1804 is like basically close to the height of Napoleon's military dominance in Europe, and it reminded me a little bit of like Guderian. So Guderian was a military theorist and battlefield general in Nazi Germany, and he wrote a book called like Attention Panzer or Warning Panzer, like it's I don't know what the German word is, but it basically translated to like attention panzer, like warning panzer, and like the idea was that the whole purpose of the book was he was arguing that like panzers would permanently change military warfare, and he was like an early kind of like military strategist who helped conceive of the Blitzkrieg as like this multidisciplinary combined arms activity with, you know, air and tanks and infantry and everything. You know, it reminded me of each other, not necessarily in the sense that there's obviously like similarity in the sense that you, in a kind of like you always want to be on the attack. You know, you always want to have the initiative. So there's a similarity in that sense that they're pro-speed military formations. But what really struck me as similar was the idea that you have a very narrow window of time after you've invented a military technology, or like really any technology, that you kind of have a monopoly on it. And then eventually other people figure it out. It gets disseminated, right? And kind of like the problems of dissemination get kind of solved, for lack of another way of saying it. Yeah, and so it's like the, you know, the Germans invented the Blitzkrieg. They get a couple of years of basically other people just not knowing what to do, right? And then by like 1943, that's just not true anymore. People know how to counter the Blitzkrieg. And to me, that's really interesting. Similar to Napoleon, right? Like he has this brilliant military innovation. In addition to just being like tactically brilliant, but he has this like, you know, this idea of like reforming the French military, and it has transformationally positive effects on his empire and on their military fighting force, right? But then other people figure it out. I will say that I think being a strategist in war, I don't know if that's the right title, like someone who works for like the general staff, for example, would be a really fun job. I also think that it's something that I would be kind of good at, although it does require a certain level of attention to detail that my dyslexic brain would struggle with. Okay, let's see. If I claim this, well, what would I be able to take right now? What does a 100 war score look like? I could obviously just like try to take the gold, which is here. Like, there's a lot of gold. Basically, the gold is here in this like big diagonal line, just like inside. There's saffron. That's amazing. There's a ton of saffron. Holy shit! Wow. Good amount of rice. Also, I don't know if rice is actually very useful. I know when you play, at least at the very beginning of the game, like when it first released, you know, your pops and your UP were just like desperately demanding rice. They were like, we'll do anything, we'll pay any amount of money, we need rice. You had like a like Scottish like peasants being like, we demand rice pudding. If we don't get rice pudding right the fuck now, we're gonna crash the hell out. I like the term crash out. It's just such a good term. Exploration started. I think I just basically want to do every colony. Yeah, I wonder if I automate colonies. No, they're gonna be stupid. Oh, what did I click? I'm not sure. I was just clicking through things. I've noticed that people have it's very possible to just like colonize all the way into the interior of Africa, and that might be kind of a fun goal for me. If it proves amenable. I think that's the word that I was looking for. I was gonna be like amenable, and that sounds extremely wrong. I lost a battle, but I don't know what battle that was. I don't know what army they killed. But they killed it. I wanted to... Oh, I'm no longer winning this. I don't want to lose my... Oh my god, are you serious? I'm just going to lose stability because I don't want to contain the printing press. I want the New World institution more than pretty much anything. That sucks. I mean, I'm gaining like stability back at a pretty brisk pace, but that's still like ass. Okay, on to the next fortress. I don't think you understand, Molly. This is a war to destroy you. There will only be one power in West Africa when this war is done. Obviously, if I take more than 100 war score, you can't accept that. I wish I could tell how many slaves I've taken. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a good amount. Lots of trades going on. Yeah, like I'm trading a ton of saffron. And I should be able to do that even more so once I finish colonizing, conquering. I don't know what the right term you want to use is. Yeah, like all of this territory was colonized by Mali. They did not start out with it. I think that they start out just like here, and then they've just expanded south. So maybe I want to take this territory. Gems, gold, saffron. Yeah, like this is definitely the territory I want to be taking. Not this territory, which has like nothing. It has like legumes and fish. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad that I checked that. And I definitely want to just like crush the. I definitely want to crush them. What is my truce with the Castilians like? It expires in 59, so in 2 years. I think... Okay, cool. Fuck, my tech is completed. I mean, efficiency of cabinet is good. That's the beginning of the meritocracy one. I still don't really fully understand what the chancery is. So basically, I would just get a little bit more efficiency of cabinet, sure. At this point, I'm just taking the text, like whatever, I guess like whatever seems fine. Because I'm just waiting until I get the institution. This one is at 10%, but it's spread. It looks like it's spreading pretty quickly, and at like 7%. I think I want the New World one first, for sure. And then probably printing press. Like if I can get away without getting the pike and shot one at all, that would be great. Because I don't think Mali. I mean, I'll get it at some point, but if I could get it last, that would be awesome. Because I don't think Mali is gonna have access to the institutions right away. Like, do they even have access to where is it? Institutions. I don't think that they've caught up fully with like the Renaissance or anything. Like they have. Professional armies has spread there, but I don't know if they've embraced it yet. If they have it, only somewhat recently. Like I doubt that they have any artillery anywhere. Was there artillery in West Africa? And when? Like I guess the better question I should be asking is when was there artillery in West Africa? Like when did the first cannon come to West Africa? I wonder if it was like around this time. Like, I bet you the Europeans traded cannons to West Africans. I guess there's kind of like 3 versions of this question, right? There's like, when was there any cannons in West Africa? That's probably around now. Then there's when was there indigenously produced cannons in West Africa? I don't know when that was. That could have been all the way until like the 20th century. Just because I doubt the Europeans were manufacturing weapons in their colonies. That seems like a kind of crazy system. And then the third question, right, would be like, when were there lots of cannons in West Africa? And there were definitely lots of cannons in West Africa, 100% by the time the European colonizers were there, because they used them. So like by the scramble of Africa. But I wonder at this point how often cannons were used. Like, did the city of Timbuktu ever have to, when they were building their walls, did they have to think about cannons? I don't know. Sure, I'll give up a little bit of gold to not progress towards a bad value system. Your values are bad. You are bad. Your bad values reflect badly on you. Okay. Yep, I'm just continuing to send people from Sibia. And I think all of these people are Moroccans who are colonizing. I mean, that would make, like, the only sense, right? Okay, cool. What would it look like? I mean, I obviously haven't occupied it yet, but what would it look like to take, like, this territory? Oh my god, yes. It's so cheap. It's so cheap. It's just because population density is really low. No, it's not at all. It's actually really good population density. So then why is that so cheap? I wonder if it's because it's their land instead of the vassal's land. I think it is, because this is a way bigger chunk of Mali. I definitely want to capture their capital. Yeah, it is gold. Like a level 13 gold. Why would you build a city there? Don't build a city there. Fool. Fool, fool, fool. Build a city like here on the rice. I mean, you have pretty good, you have pretty good rivers here, honestly, because you've got this river that flows along the, like the Niger River, right? Yeah, here. That'd be potentially kind of a fun game. One of the things that would be cool if they added was like some level of differentiation for rivers, right? Because I don't think the Niger River is like a particularly nice river. It's not like the Mississippi. Like, I think the Mississippi is a very easy to sail river in a way that like the Niger River, and I know for a fact in the way that the Congo River is not. Like, the Congo River is really annoying to sail with boats. Okay, whoa. Let's balance. Yep, and we're just sieging. So they're gonna attack me now. And this time they were moving. I still don't know if I'm gonna win. I think I am. Yeah, I look pretty optimistic about that. I mean, I would still appreciate if Tunis brought its army in. But, you know, we don't get everything we want. Oh, thank God, they did. And the 3-war score is great. I mean, I definitely want the capital of Mali, 100%. Yeah, because if I can take this whole kind of like Guinea plateau, I don't know why my brain is telling me that that's what I want to call it. Yeah, Guinea. If I could take this kind of like area here in Guinea with all of its like saffron and and race and gold and gems and stuff. I think that would be sick. I probably should just like start taking the mysticism events because that's the direction I'm moving in pretty aggressively. Because of freedom of interpretation. But that max literacy is so good. Like, I think I have one of the higher literacy rates in my empire. Yeah. Like, I have places with like 40% literacy. That's kind of cool. I'm like the most literate place in the world. Hell yeah. And the Worgen's Castile I can launch in 59. And honestly, I don't even need my, I don't even think I need to fight that myself. I think that my vassals can take Castile one-on-one pretty easily. The assimilations are going swimmingly. Let's see, what is it looking like percentage-wise? So I'm 15% in Lucy. So it's improving. I'm still not able to culture swap. Yeah, and I'm definitely majority Andalusia in my capital. It's 72%. Yeah, you know, it's just waiting for these sieges to complete. Plus 0% cannons, plus 0% cannons. And I guess I could bring my other cannons over. How's my proximity? Oh, that's cool. I'm getting proximity all the way down here. Oh, damn, that's kind of sick. Hell yeah, I'll build some dye there. I love dye. Dye is one of the best RGOs in this game. I think once I capture Mali, I think that they'll basically, like, once I capture their colony, their capital, I think that they would essentially give me everything I want. Yeah, they're just suiciding themselves against me at this point, because like, what could you do? Like, I mean, if they were a human player, what would they do? They would loan up, hire a mercenary army. I will say that that's why, like, I think playing a multiplayer game of this would be hellish, because it's like every fight you would go against like their entire ability. Like, once they realize like they're gonna lose, you know, I can borrow 42,000 gold. I could I'm sure that I could get gold in other ways. Like, I could sell provinces, locations. Like, that seems like an easy way to get gold. There's a lot of ways you could generate gold if you really needed it, and then you could just use that to hire mercenaries. Mali is not doing that. I don't get the impression that Mali has taken thousands of gold out in debt and sent wave after wave of mercenary army after me. I mean, who knows? Maybe they have, and I've just been destroying them. I will say that my empire is starting to get pretty long. It takes me a hot minute to sail from one end to the other. Yep, just improving relations with everybody. And we'll see. You know, I was following the trajectory of a content creator named Walt Bismarck. He's a Substacker, and you know, he's just so interesting to me because he kind of exploded out of nowhere in 2023, 2024, and got a relatively large following in like the kind of like edgy center right heterodox space there. And then he's just, his life seems to have gone in kind of a rough direction. He just seems like an artistically brilliant guy, but I feel bad for him. So I would feel weird if I found out that he, like, for some reason listened to this. I have no idea why he would. But yeah, you know, it's always sad when you see a person who you think has like a lot of talent. Just kind of, it feels like they waste that talent by not, you know, delivering on it. And for Walt, I think really what it was that he, you know, he just couldn't let go of being edgy. Like, I think that there was something, you know, kind of interesting about being edgy in a time when it was difficult and dangerous, right? Like in 2020, you know, there's something like, if you're going to continue to be edgy, then like there's like almost like admirable about it, because you're, you know, you're risking something. Like you're really like making a statement about what matters to you and your willingness to I guess like fight for it, right? For lack of another way of saying it. But in 2025, that's no longer true. Like I don't think being edgy is, I don't think it's interesting anymore. I don't think you're saying anything, you know, particularly brave or interesting by being edgy. I think you're just being a millennial. Like at this point, like it's like there's nothing wrong with being a millennial. It's just, it's old now, right? Like it's a middle-aged thing. Like it's so weird to say that, but I almost feel like being edgy is like middle-aged coded at this point. Like if someone says something that's like kind of subversive and like a little offensive, like I don't think of them as like a young person. I mean, if they say something like skibbity toilet, that's one thing. But if they say like a slur, I wouldn't think of a high schooler. Whereas that in 2015 I would have, right? Now I think of like a downwardly socially mobile millennial. On that note, let's end this war. Wow, I just took an enormous chunk out of them. And we'll stand our armies down. I'm like significantly over my diplomatic capacity already. But c'est la vie. And this is going to be quite a few. Let's see, what's the situation with you? Minus 40% strength of all. Okay, that's not good. So my fiefdoms are all too strong, even at maximum diplomatic spending. It's fine. It's fine. I probably shouldn't make all of these vassals because this is a lot of territory. But I will make most of them vassals, like 3/4 of them. Of course, I'll need to make them Sunni slowly if they're not already. I'll probably make these ones Moroccan also. You know, just so that they can spread the good word. Let's see. I guess I ended up just making them all vassals. That's fine. I'll make this little thing a fiefdom, right? Or am I colonizing there? I'm actually not sure. So I am colonizing the province, but this is just like an occupied place. It's a little bit of a weird distinction. I'm not sure I fully grasp it, but I think the places that I conquered are not considered like part of a colony, or at least that one place didn't strike me as being considered part of a colony. I'm colonizing all these other places, right? Like, how many places could I in theory colonize, and I'm not? Quite a few. Well, I would like to solve that. I really don't think that like this is like a positive investment. Like, I think I'm definitely spending more money on these colonies than I will ever get back from them. But it brings me it brings me great pleasure to do it, so I'm just going to continue to do it anyway. Okay, that is a great place to stop this episode. I conquered this area from Mali. I think I basically permanently destroyed the Malayan state. Let's let this this next month tick over. And we can assess the kind of the damage that we've done. It's just 400 people. I'm just gonna delete you guys and rebuild you later. I'll rebuild my whole army in the next episode. But yeah, I'm beginning to expand my colonial charters. I can build another one. Got enough money. That's my only goal, is to have enough money to launch more colonial charters. I actually don't. The month ticked over. Let's look at the graph. Yeah, so like I took more than half of Mali's population. I took like their most prosperous area, so now they're just left with the north, and I don't think the north even has any gold. Yeah, they have like no gold left anymore. I took basically all of the gold. There's a gold mine there, but otherwise it's all mine. And the Naimi market is the sheikdom. Oh, that's one of my vassals. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see what's the trade like in that situation. I may, at some point, it might make sense to transfer, like have them be transferred and traded over to me, at least the ones that produce an enormous amount, like Nami, because they have like they have all these marketplaces, and they control the market capital. Either way, I think that this is a lovely place to stop. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. So thank you so much. Peace.